I remember my first job was physicist for the government. I walked in. They had science teams, and I was the only female on the science team. But granted, I was just out of college. And the team was made up of, not all of them had college degrees, they were technicians and things like that, people who could stuff. First thing he asked me to do was make the coffee. And I, honest to God, make the coffee? I didn't even drink coffee at the time. Yes, Jacqueline, who's Austrian and was my boss. Yes, you make the coffee.
I was hired by Jackie in 2005.
We came in as a class together, and we joke about being in the same class. I'm the only one left now.
I got to know her when I first started here, which was right after Mr. Kessel and I got married in the summer of '93.
And decided to go ahead and apply and emailed, and I swear it was like 20 minutes later, Jackie called me, Ms. Maher called me, and she was like, "Why are you applying?" She was like, "Who are you? I want to get to know you." It was really great because I could tell that she not only was an administrator but was a scientist.
So my first year at Episcopal was 2006, 2007.
So I first met Mrs. Maher. She was actually in the role that Mrs. Fielder now has. So Mrs. Maher was the assistant head for academics. So she actually was the one who hired me to come to Episcopal.
When I was coming in as a new head in 1998, I reorganized the administration, and at that point I had met her preliminarily, and I was really impressed with her. So I immediately knew I wanted her to be assistant head for academics.
She was great. I mean, I remember meeting with her when I interviewed at Episcopal. And I remember that interaction very positively, and she was very engaging and fun and interested in what my interests were and passions. And so that was my initial impression of Jackie, and it was a very positive one. And there were many reasons why I wanted to come to Episcopal, but she was just another one of those reasons.
Her office door was always open, and I went in there with tons of questions.
And she was just one who was always willing to give extra help anytime she had time.
So the thing that I would say is Jackie's defining character trait is her patience. There were students, and maybe you heard this from talking to other kids, but there are students who spent hours upon hours in tutorial with Ms. Maher, and it wasn't just like, oh, you work on this and I'll be here. She would be in the trenches with them, working through these concepts.
So all I remember was that she always had an incredible showing for tutorial. So tutorial was actually totally new to me. We hadn't had something like that at my old school. And I just remember there were kids who would come in every single day and sit with her right by her desk and just work with her. Sometimes one-on-one, sometimes in small groups, but they just adored her. And she was so patient and loving, but then also hilarious when they would get things wrong. So the kids loved to come see her, just to spend time with her and to do their physics in the afternoon.
I have these great memories that her door would be just sort of like a revolving door. And students and faculty alike would be coming in all day long and through the evening to talk to Jackie.
Well, she was a great leader, and I think she was very firm, but everyone loved her. And so she was firm in a very supportive way. And people enjoyed working for her. And felt supported.
She wasn't pretentious. She was I don't want to say commanding, but people listened to her, and she could get mad. She didn't get mad often, but you didn't want to be on the other side when she got mad. Because she could come down and you knew that it was fairly serious because, again, she was sharp and very often what she said had a lot of merit to it too. So.
And often when I sat in her office asking a small question about math or about a student, it turned into conversations about education and conversations about what's important here and what we're trying to do and why we're trying to do it. And so,
I always liked going to talk to her. She was just, she would laugh pretty easily, which is a great thing, of course.
Jackie appreciated the important conversations in class where you stop and, yeah, you're supposed to be teaching trigonometry that day, but maybe because of what went on in the world or what went on campus that week, you need to take a minute and stop and talk about that stuff because that's what boarding school is. That's where the education piece comes in.
She was very excited about the library.
She wanted a space where students could study, learn, interact, that felt open, that felt bright, well lit, and that I think was something she was really proud of.
Saw that. And then I came walking out of that building. We had finished it, and Mr. Hershey and I were very proud of her. And I said, you know, I think it's time we do the library. He said, Jackie, you know, and he was in the middle of doing marvelous athletic facilities doing that. And I said, the library is woefully bad.
But this really, it feels like what Jackie wanted. Like I'm looking out at it right now, and it looks like this big, warm, welcoming space for kids, and there are kids in it all the time. So that was from her.
I just feel like she really was one of the ones who kind of shaped what co-education was going to look like, because she really came in early in that process and just was, you know, one of the first, you know, strong, really, really strong woman that we had here on the faculty.
I think we had such a strong group of girls in the beginning, young women, that it's to their credit that we adjusted as well as we did. The boys had an adjustment to make. I mean, they weren't used to sitting in a classroom with a girl next to them, differing with them, disagreeing with them, you know. And teachers, you know, were adjusting. But we all learned together, you know. That was the thing. And I wanted to be sure that our female teachers, not just the senior teachers, men who were the senior teachers primarily, who had been here a long time, had those courses that the women had a chance to teach. Some of those advanced courses as well. Mm-hmm. And that was important to me. You know, that the advanced Spanish, advanced French, whatever.
Always been seen as just an incredible female leader at Episcopal, probably one of the early female leaders at Episcopal. Just a huge role model for a lot of us that were younger female faculty. She's hilarious, she's really strong, she's opinionated, she's fun. So I think she just had this kind of like aura about her, both with kids and faculty and administrators, of just being like a total role model.
We weren't more difficult as women, we were different. Our perspective was different. Mm-hmm. And the men had to adjust to that to some degree, you know. So, and the boys did.
A gentle personality that just made it work so much better, in the sense that allowing the boys to be who they were, but the girls were allowed to become good physics students.
And the school is a better place for girls because of Jackie Maher and all the work she did, which I think is pretty impressive.
It was wonderful. It's been a great career, you know, and you don't see too many women in it.
Mm-mm.
And in the sciences today, they say, oh, we've had more women in science. Yes, we do in biology and we do in chemistry, but they're still not in the physics if you look at the graduate schools.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful to Jackie for kind of taking me under wing and seeing something in me that I may not have gotten to myself.
And I just hope our students can keep reminding our students to appreciate the value of others. Just appreciate the value of others and what they bring to the school, what every other student brings to the school. Everyone brings something good to the school.
Mm-hmm.
Find it. Look for it. Don't be too quick to dismiss the person. Every person brings something positive.